Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video because I'm gonna do some comforting autumn dessert press-ons. So let's get started. So first off, I'm starting with selecting my nail tips. I'm using Model 1's almond shaped tips. So I've chosen my nail tips that fit comfortably from sidewall to sidewall. So first things first, I'm gonna prep the press-ons. I'm taking my 180 grit file and remove the little nubs on the free edge. So to get some inspiration, I scrolled through social media, but it seems all nail content creators are just creating winter nail content already. And I'm like, where has all the fall content gone? It's technically still fall. And I'm still in the fall mode, so I might be uploading a few more fall content. So next I'm going to buff the nail surface and remove the shine. It improves gel polish, adhesion, and increases the longevity, preventing chipping. So I'm just making sure I buff every section, and you want to use a smooth buffer. You don't want to use a file that's coarse because it'll harshly scratch the surface. So to make the nail process easier, I'm going to use nail stands, and I am using putty to stick on the press-ons. However, they don't work very well. I find that the putty does not adhere to the nail stands very well. I did warm the putty by kneading it, but it's still not the best. So next, I'm removing the dust. I want the nails to be clean and dust-free. Also, please excuse my nail stand. It is quite old. So I'm gonna apply Beetle's base gel on all 10 nails, and this just gives the gel art a sticky layer to adhere to. So all 10 nails have base coat, so I will cure it for 30 seconds. So for the base, I'm using Gayo Milky White Gel Polish. And I want the base to be a toned down color in contrary to the colorful nail art I'll create. So after curing for 30 seconds, I'm going to apply a second coat. And I'm running out of the gel polish, so I'm just trying my best to get all of the last drops in the bottle and just distribute it evenly on 10 nails. So on the thumb, I'm doing a pumpkin pie French tip with a leaf-shaped cookie. So I have the perfect pumpkin pie shade from Beetles, and I'm just taking a thin brush to draw the smile line. So I start by drawing a horizontal line, then a line on the sides like a V, and just slowly round the smile lines. I do take my time when it comes to French tips. I am in no way an expert at all. And see, this is what I'm talking about. The press on is starting to fall off the stand. It's not very durable. I've heard that adhesive tabs work much better, but I have yet to try it. Then I'm going in with the second coat to increase the opacity. So I'm brushing it to spread it evenly to prevent it from gathering at the edge. So I'm taking solid gel to create the crust. I'll roll it out on the lid. I find it that it doesn't stick on the lid, and I'm just gonna roll it out as fast as I can, or else it will start to stick on my gloves due to the warmth of my hands. And I'm gonna place it on the smile line. So to crimp the edges, I'm using my silicone pen to push the solid gel inwards and outwards. So I've cured the crust. Here are two colors I'll use to paint it. The first color is a light tan shade, and the second is a chocolatey shade. So I'm gonna paint the crust entirely with the tan gel polish, and I'll paint every section. So once both nails are painted, I'll cure it for 30 seconds. So a baked crust should be a blondish color with hints of golden brown around the edges. So I'm taking the chocolate gel polish and paint it here and there. I don't really have a technique. So I'm gonna add whipped cream with Gayo 3D sculpting gel in a pearly color. I'm grabbing a small bead and just roll it into a ball. And once placing it on my nail, I'm gonna pinch it slightly upwards. And then I'll make 4 dents, keeping the highest point of the whipped cream. And I am so sorry it went out of frame. I do apologize for that. But I'm slowly gonna start to swirl it. And I'm taking my time until it looks like whipped cream. And now I'll repeat the same thing on the other nail. So before I started filming this video, I did a little brainstorming and created a quick practice set. I created maple leaves, but now for some reason I can't create maple leaves. I don't know why. I'm trying to here. So instead I'm making an elliptical leaves. It's much easier to do. So I'm whiting the center and just narrow the ends like so. And it's going to be a leaf cookie, so I'm actually going to use the same two colors I used for the crest. And I'm painting it with the tan gel polish. After it's cured, I'm lightly brushing the veins with the chocolate gel polish. Now I'm just going to work on the index and ring nails, which will have a 3D cherry and blueberry pie art. So I'm just going to roll it out with the solid gel, and I'm going to place it in an oval shape. With my silicone pen, I'm going to fix the shape and remove the excess. So then I'm going to crimp the edges using the same technique that I did on the prior crest. So I completed the crust on the index nails, so now I'm going to work on the ring nails. The way I'll crimp the crust is going to be different. So instead of pushing the gel inwards and outwards, I'm going to press my pen down, creating like spaced out dents. I'm not pressing it all the way down, just lightly. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope you guys get the idea. And again, I'm sticking to the same two colors to paint the crest. And now for the filling, first I'm going to create a sheer red gel polish and a sheer blue gel polish. And I'm going to place 2 drops of clear glossy top coat. So I have this beautiful deep blue shade and red shade, which both are from Beetles. So I'll paint the inside of the pie with the sheer red gel polish. And I'm just making sure it's fully painted. So on the ring nails, I'm painting it with the sheer blue gel polish. So meanwhile the nails are curing and getting baked, I'm adding rhinestone glue gel to thicken the consistency. So now I'm just gonna mix it together. And I'm gonna add caviar or micro beads, whatever you wanna call it, into the red gel. Now we'll only add the small beads. Then I'm gonna place it into the pie. And once it's fully covered, I'm gonna cure it for 30 seconds. And as you can see, the beads aren't completely covered with the red gel, so I'm gonna paint it once more and cover it with the red gel. So I'm gonna place the gold beads back because the ring nails are gonna have the silver beads this time. And they look so good. I think they are coming along. Can I just say, I've never had a cherry pie or blueberry pie. They look so good, but pumpkin pie is my favorite autumn dessert. And don't come for me, but I don't like apple pie or pecan pie. This is the struggle with handling solid gel with gloves. Gloves prevents the gel from getting in contact with your skin, but it makes it difficult to handle the gel. So to top the crust, I'm going to use solid gel to create strips. I'll place them over the filling in a lattice pattern. So I'm just rolling the solid gel out, and I'm placing the strips diagonally and removing the excess. Now that it's cured, I'll place the strips diagonally but in a different direction. Now on the blueberry pie, I'm going to place the strips horizontally. The first set of strips are cured, so now I'm just going to cross the strips diagonally. And the other blueberry pie will have the same pattern. So the blueberry pies are cured, so right above the pies, I'll make a ribbon-shaped cookie. I have rolled out pieces of solid gel. I'm taking one and I'm gonna start by placing one end of the ribbon, and then I'll form the loop last. And with my silicone pen, I'm just fixing it. And I'll do the same thing to the opposite side. And I'll set it under my nail lamp to cure. So to paint the top of the crust and ribbon, I'm using the same two gel polish colors. And I just want to say that when I made a practice set off camera, the ribbon turned out so good. And I did the same steps now and it didn't turn out as good. The thumbnail seems so plain, something is missing. So I'm trying once more to create the maple leaves. So I have solid gel on a nail form and I'm starting by creating the veins. One line down the middle, two diagonal lines that meet the bottom of the middle line, and two horizontal lines at the bottom. I'm taking my time to form the leaf, I won't lie, and say that this is my first attempt. I practiced and made plenty off camera before filming this one. And I also painted and I attached the maple leaf off camera, and I used the same gel polish colors. And now the nail doesn't look so plain and empty. Okay, so next I'm gonna work on the middle and pinky nails, the last 4 nails. So on my palette, I'm placing drops of the red gel polish and blue gel polish. And I will create a sheer red gel polish and sheer blue gel polish. So on the last 4 nails, I'm creating plaid nails. The middle nails will have the red plaid look, and on the pinky nails, it's gonna have the blue plaid look. So I do brush gel polish onto the palette so it won't be thick, and it's gonna prevent a ball of gel polish from forming onto the brush. Alright, so the plaid design is complete. So now on the center of my middle nail, I'm going to create some cherries. I'm placing rhinestone glue on the center. So I'm going to take 3 large beads this time, not the small ones, and once I have them where I want, I will cure them. Now I'm taking red gel polish and paint the beads. So I'm flipping the nail upside down because it did start to run down the beads. So after curing the first coat, I'm proceeding with a second coat. So I'm adding a few embellishment pieces. I'll add 3 micro beads between each cherry. And on the pinky nails, I'm actually going to make blueberries out of solid gel. So I start by breaking down a large bead into 6 small balls. And it was at this moment where I realized I could have added and mixed blue gel polish. And tell me why I ended up making it harder for myself. I really ended up combining each ball at a time. Then I figured, why not combine everything together? It would make the process easier, right? So as I'm mixing it, it ended up sticking to my gloves and it was getting so messy, so I had to change my gloves. So now that I changed into a new pair of gloves, it was easier to combine everything. Anyways, now that the disaster's over, now I'm gonna form 6 small balls. And I'm placing it onto the nail. And I'm using one end of my brush. It looks like a cuticle pusher, but I'm lightly pressing the end into the ball, and I'm gonna create like an X shape. So the blueberries are cured, so now to darken the X, the inner part of the blueberry, I have no idea what it's called. I'm just gonna paint it with blue gel polish. And I'm going to embellish the nail with gold beads as well. Now, one more thing, I'm taking white gel polish and draw tiny spots on the pies as if it's powdered sugar. And now there's just one more thing to do, and that is to seal the deal. I'm placing the nails entirely with top coat, and I'm avoiding painting the maple leaves because I will matte top coat it. So I'm going to be very careful and avoid flooding the ribbons and blueberries. And here are the nails. I hope you guys enjoyed this sweet video, and I might have to try a real life cherry or blueberry pie. Comment down below what your favorite autumn dessert is. Well, that comes to the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye guys.